Hi, Taurus. Welcome back for more Love Nest messages. If you guys are new, welcome to our Love Nest. And if you're returning, welcome back. We're going to get into your cards in just a second, but I want to give a special shout out to any of you that are new to the channel. Welcome to this high vibing space that we have created over here on YouTube. I am a psychic medium. My friends call me TT, and you can as well. I'm going to be channeling messages clairvoyantly. All right. And then we'll jump into your oracle messages and see what tarot is talking about for you today. Okay, Spirit, let's connect. All right, so I'm tapped into work life, entrepreneur gigs, things like that are coming in for you, Taurus. I feel like that's what we're going to be tapped into. There's a transformation that's happening. I can't quite tell if what the universe is doing at this time, but I can sense just intuitively that this is some type of rite of passage. It feels similar to an initiation, but not quite an initiation. It's more or less like a push, if you will, a push or a nudge. I'm going to say a push because a nudge would be a lot more gentle. This feels like a push in the right direction, but it's going to be very uncomfortable because it's adding to your workload, it's adding to your responsibilities, and it has to be out of your comfort zone. So in some way, shape, form, or fashion, networking, blending different talents and different gifts together, bringing it all mainstream, streamlining all of your talents and gifts together, also making like a seamless streamline. Funneling is also coming up in your energy, a way for you to direct your traffic in a particular industry. You may be someone that is learning about all of this. You may be a contractor or in some type of commissions job, sales jobs, and you may be sitting at a desk, okay? And then maybe teaching you how to affiliate market, how to, do all these things that I'm talking about. Or you may be self-taught and teaching yourself through YouTube University. Either way, no matter what phase that you're currently experiencing it on, if you're in the phase of learning it from a 9 to 5 perspective, it's going to benefit you. One day you will have some type of marketing, maybe through affiliate marketing, or you may have a partnership, a paid partnership type of gig. Others of you, this is like you learning about the ropes in regards to some type of entrepreneur gig, okay? Not a gig, maybe like your own business. So maybe you're a boss, you're a CEO of your own company or LLC. So I felt guided to use this deck today, so that's what we're going to start with, Taurus. Deep breathing. So 19. 1. You could be a life path number 1. This is definitely, I'm picking up Saint Germain. So Saint Germain may be working with you, okay? Teaching you how to work with the ripple effect, something about a ripple effect with the universe. Teaching you how to be a generator. Maybe you are shifting from being a projector into a generator. Is that possible? I don't know. but it feels like leaving your flesh. Maybe this is a trance for someone. Through meditation, you may be practicing how to alleviate pain by like ayahuasca, Reiki, transcending from the flesh and really astral traveling. You may be having sleep paralysis. Okay. I'm picking up all of that energy because you see here, it looks like someone's laying in a bed. Okay. Massaged, maybe having like back pain from laying in a bed. Maybe you need a new mattress. But there's this energy about, even in this situation, if you're recovering from some type of injury or your body is just tired, breath work while you're laying down. I think that this may be a physical injury, may push you to work on or open up to other, what is it called? Holistic methods of pain relief, right? This holistic method of pain relief is how you may be thrusted into some type of deep lucid dreaming or trance state of consciousness. And it has something to do with if your senses are stimulated just right, you will go into like this trance or something like that. And during that time, that's why I say ayahuasca, or something that allows you to, like a retreat, something that allows you to leave the flesh and connect with source. This could also be tantra, all right? Experiencing yourself. Kundalini awakening as well may be happening. That's definitely giving me kundalini. So confirmations if any of those things do resonate with you. If you are going through a kundalini type of awakening, the harder you resist it or the harder you try to control it, the more uncomfortable it becomes. Okay? I did research that, and it kind of just stuck with me like a nugget or something like that. You know how you just remember it? So let's get into your cards. Taurus, what do we have? We have the Seven of Swords, indecision, the Madman in reverse. What is this? Descendant in reverse. We also have an ancestor or a spirit guide. It does give me like a deceased soul, more of like a third order soul, maybe leaving you as a guide, and like leaving you to do the next phase of your life. All right, and we have miracles and a creative spark. Okay, yes, this is giving me that kundalini energy, that awakening. That looked just like my car in the window. Miracles. There's something that's going to happen. Okay, so confirmation, you guys. Only take what resonates, because what this is showing me is, with descendants in reverse, this is confirmation for me about your spirit leaving like the roots that you grew up in. Okay? Like in order for you to work with certain deities or interdimensional beings, you may have had to relinquish some type of bind that was holding you from being open. Okay? Now this could have been a restriction by way of blood ties. Okay? When I see the Madman in reverse, some of you guys, this was like a deceased person, some type of possession that was communicating or talking to someone and confusing you on a regular basis, making you feel unsure about what decision you should go in. I feel like this is giving me an energy of someone getting an attachment that was trying to fuck up their life off of them. Someone getting rid of some type of energy attachment, lower vibrational being that was kind of latching on and getting you to deceive yourself or trick yourself. Really? Don't do that. That's not nice. I still think of the good times and want you to remember them too. So that's in reverse. For a lot of you, this could have been like, you know, when you mourn the death of someone or the loss of someone, not going to resonate for everybody, but when you mourn the loss of someone that you love, a family member, and you mourn, sometimes when you're in that low vibration of being sad, you can attract souls that are also grieving and souls that are also sad, especially as mediums, that will cling to you in so many words, and they can be very protective and possessive over you, where they don't want you to date anyone, they don't want you to talk to anyone, and you'll start to see different mannerisms. Sometimes this may be in the form of, some cultures call it egbe, or some type of spiritual spouse in some degree that would, you know, it's not all Grim Reaper is what I'm trying to say. And that's why I'm being very careful about it, because sometimes you may be born with that type of betrothal or born with that type of connection with the source or an energy by birthright. Okay. And that may be like, well, the next descendant, the 5th generation or the 7th generation descendants of this bloodline would have this type of head, you know what I'm saying, or would have this type of connection with this deity or something like that. And so that deity can draw closer to you, or that being or that soul can draw closer to you. That's going to be very powerful energy, as a way of, you know, I pour into you, you pour into me, and we cultivate something. Now, with all of that energy in reverse, this is pretty much saying that you recently, reluctantly made a decision, okay, to break free from some type of stronghold that kept you in a state of frenzy, manic, or being unsure about what you wanted to do or how you want to embrace your gifts. It could have left you feeling very like suspicious, pessimistic, unsure of yourself. In Reiki, I've seen a lot of cases as well where it can connect by way of your sacral, your root and your sacral chakra, especially if you've had any type of, you were born, right? It's like a transfer from one womb to another. And so like every descendant would have that same type of curse over their womb. So that's also what's coming up in this energy too. And sometimes it can block you. You see how this hair is also giving me like Reiki. So something to do with this energy could tell you like, oh, stay away from Reiki, or stay away from anything that could potentially remove it off of you. Stay away from certain sounds. It could communicate to you to be very pessimistic and superstitious about who to trust, who not to trust. And I do feel as if you have recently made a decision to sever ties with this energy. Okay. Now, here's where things get a little tricky, right? I feel as if you may have gotten rid of the energy inside of your vessel, but the energy itself doesn't want to leave your stuff. It may be connected to an item or something that was passed down to you, or maybe you found something at a auction, I don't know, garage sale. There's something about it doesn't want to let you go. So you may want to let it go, but it doesn't want to let you go. You can run, you can hide, but it doesn't want to let you go because of the vitality that you possess. You possess some type of vitality to manifest miracles. You're very powerful. And so it's feeding off of you. Okay. So clearing energy frequently is going to be very important because this energy likes to come back. It's very tricky. This energy likes to come back around, and it likes to petition like, oh, think you're having a hard time? Well, call on me, call my name. There's call me. It's like that type of possession where it's, as quick as you call on its name, it's back into your life, or you have received it back into your vessel. So important, especially for my mediums out there, to be very aware of your energy. Come up with a practice that works for you that will allow you to differentiate what's yours and what's not yours. I don't feel as if this is necessarily something that is being sent to you. I feel like it's passed down by bloodline, right? You would be very surprised. Maybe you wouldn't, but it's very real. Okay? Especially being connected to certain lands, territories, cultures. Many pacts have been made over centuries with energy and spirits as a way to help during seasons of famine, during seasons of lack, right? During seasons of depression and different things like that. The energy would be like you call on the source and they'll take it away. And so invoking that is just as easy as, chanting by the blood of this or by the blood of that. You get what I'm saying? Just depends on what you personally resonate with, but it does have that same type of energy signature of like ghost riders, ride or die energy. And so if you're trying to break away from that type of energy source that's like rebellious, war, chaos, it's not going to let you go very easily, honey, at all. So we have cockroach tagline. Where there is a will, there is a way. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we have like to go around at night. Likely when humans become victims, they like small, warm, humid places. So this is definitely pretty much the right environment, right? Because like attracts like. So in certain environments, like paying attention to the temperature in your home, also the humidity, condensation. There's something about what when you attract certain types of animals, or the land does, you know what I'm saying? It's already in the ground. The ground, like a lot of times places will, apartment complex homes, they will dig up cemeteries and then they will buy out the land and the lot and they will build on top of it and create like a layer. And even though they cover it and then they start building on top of it, the ground still holds memory. So sometimes when you move into, apartment complexes or places like that, it's very important to know, when you go to these places, no matter how good it looks or how bad it looks, you want to really pay attention to what is the land yielding, like what types of animals, creatures gravitate to that ground. Is there already infestations and things like that? Because it's a mirror reflection of also the energies that are connected to the land, right? The souls that are connected to the land. because I really feel like I'm tapped into a collective that is very sensitive to land, people. All right, your aura. You see here, you feel deeply when it comes to how it's all connected. And this reminds me, you guys may be connected as well to like messages on crops, okay? You may be a part of that collective that did that, the signs on the crops and stuff like that. Miracles. Where there's a will, there's a way. So even if you have come from these environments, right, and you have made it out of certain situations to the other side, and you've had to, you can have it, and you've had to kind of survive and different things like that. All of that experience is now wisdom. You know, it adds layers to you where other people will be able to connect and things like that. So don't think for a second that even though you're purging a lot, you're getting a clean slate. That's what I feel like here. I feel like you're getting a clean slate, and it just feels very uncomfortable. But you have to reset so you can restart. Because it's like, where do you go now? No, it's like no matter where you go, this energy is always going to try to find you. And it's true. We have renewal here. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and breakthrough. And then we have beginning in reverse. This is definitely an energy. We have dating after divorce. Sometimes you can feel like, oh, it's a person. I just got to get away from that person. And really, it's not really just the person. It's the energy that brought you both together. Okay? Y'all may have familiar not soul ties, but familiar blood ties where when you guys do tie yourselves together, or you do make some type of spiritual agreement, that energy feels like they have the perfect trinity, okay? And now they would want to use you to fulfill their mission. So it just depends on, where this is coming from. Yep, it wanted to come out anyway. Power and control. And it just feels like very dense levels of consciousness that wants to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? That wants to do its own thing and have control and power. And I feel like you separating yourself from that type of complex social group, especially if you're breaking away from like needing each other for shelter, food, or like I have to come and talk to you even though I don't want to talk to you. There's something about homies, this energy of what's expected of you because y'all are supposed to be family, or y'all are homies or something like that. It's very hard to get out of those type of blood ties. It just really is. We have fuel the body. So you're starving something. Plant therapy. You are starving some type of parasite. Love shouldn't hurt. And as you're starving this parasite, you're going to feel like you're getting your thoughts back. Yeah, as soon as I say your thoughts back, at the bottom you have financial freedom and you have mental health. Because something was definitely trying to trip you up in the mind. I think it was an attachment. Yeah. We have divorce, mindful practices, setting boundaries, stages of life. So you may be going through I don't feel like this is a grieving stage. I feel like this is a severing. There's a severing, a very strong split, and it comes from you self-care and mental health. You have to stay on top of that. Frequent Reiki sessions. Sometimes one isn't enough. You got to do more. If you are your own Reiki healer, or master, utilizing that over yourself, it would really cleansing. Yeah, purge. Oh my God, I used to have the best Reiki master. I think they moved, but I mean, they were really good. The only thing I didn't care for was the quantum part. But for the most part, really good. Really, really good. Really good. I'm over here reminiscing big time. You're going to have to purge something. There's something that you do not want to let go of, and it may be a version of yourself, maybe a version of your upbringing, something that's lying deep, 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 deep into your, that's connected to your some type of trauma. Let's see if they'll tell me some type of trauma connected deep to your inner child. Especially like if you were very innovative at a young age, someone could have taken a liking to you, and because I had a vision of someone vomiting into someone else, and it's like you absorbed, you swallowed this person, and they're like inside of you, wanting to talk through you, exist through you. Someone has like uploaded themselves into the ethers, and they are trying to recreate something, but they need to recreate it with a particular type of divine child. They're looking for trailblazers specifically. People with the ability to astral travel, people with the ability to meditate for long periods of time, to hold a trance for a long period of time, to go deep for long periods of time without needing stimulant, without needing ayahuasca, without needing those things. There's this energy trying to procreate, duplicate itself into into the subconscious of these types of abilities, people with these type of ability to manifest miracles through. What is it that my collective here has to release? The Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like you have to go back. There's something to do with quantum healing here. You have to go back in time. There's versions of your lifetime where there are versions of your lifetimes where you stayed in unhappy relationships or connections for the sake of the cause, for the sake of something. And even though you were aware that you were unhappy in these situations, you told yourself that you couldn't get out of it, and thus putting you in a state of hopelessness or helplessness. Okay? Yeah. And so you worked tirelessly every single day to build and to be of service, to be a servant to. And so you only know how to do this one thing, and you're really good at it. But the truth is that I feel like a lot of you were left to tend to it by yourself. You were left to tend to the home, the land. And it doesn't have to be romantic all the time. This is also telling me with the lovers in reverse, like people that should unconditionally be there for you, family, friends, and things like that, left you feeling as if you would never abandon them. You would never leave them. And then feeling as if the whole time they left you holding the responsibility while they go off and live their life, but you got to stay and do the responsible thing. You got to stay and stick it out, and then you can't manage the land by yourself. You over here, leaving you to try to do it all by yourself, and then you're struggling to manage all of that on your own. Y'all could have owned farms, land, and it's very interesting to me that we're talking about curses of the land and curses of bloodlines as one of the patterns that you are generationally breaking. But there's a lifetime, or there's multiple lifetimes where you've experienced tending to the land that nobody else cares for, or nobody else desires to see succeed or win. And feeling left holding the bag, left holding the responsibility, and not being able to let that go, and then reincarnating into new lifetimes and finding yourself in similar situations over and over and over again. So in this lifetime, you have the ability to clear this. But because of how this happened with the Seven of Swords, you feel like this was a setup. You feel like this was a plot. You feel like this was premeditated, and it makes it difficult for you to let it go. And then for those of you where it's a situation where you felt like a lover was taken from you and y'all weren't able to be together in that lifetime, and you never got over losing someone that you love. Now, God forbid, in this lifetime, you end up losing someone that you love. It would be extremely hard to let that go because it hits so deep into what drives you as a soul to keep coming back here on earth and trying to change this outcome that's connected to past lives. So it would be very, very, very scary and painful to love again. So you may meet someone, or you have already met someone in this lifetime where when you see them, you may cry or you may feel deep pain because you're like, oh my God, if I'm to lose this person, it would kill me. It would hurt me too much. So you may not give yourself permission to be with that person, or to have that person, because of the fact that you feel like in lifetimes, there's been many lifetimes where you guys weren't allowed to be together. It always ends bad or something like that. So when you start to feel like you've come across someone that you would be sad over losing, or you wouldn't be able to let go if you did lose them, you may tell yourself, like, keep moving. Like, don't even entertain it. Don't even try. Let it go. You may run in that capacity because of those imprints. Something has been imprinted on you in your subconscious realm, and it's like your body can't forget. And that's that deep breathing. You have to really, like, it needs to go deep. You need to let the air out. Surrender to prayer. Flash over. It's all in your head. So when I did one Reiki session, right? What's this one? Flash over. Yes, all in your head. Master number 11. You can be a life path number. yeah, it's giving me like that curse where you say to yourself, I'll never love in another lifetime. I'll never love again, you know, and then because it's so painful. And so you may tend to smother or overlove or want to give because of that. I don't know if I'm ever going to lose that person. And if I lose that person, I would want to feel as if I got to spend all my time with them, you know? It can really create some type of smothering here. Codependency as well. Because there's no healthy balance between mother and child. Some of you guys, this could play out in your romantic relationships where you may tend to mother, father, or create this parent-child dynamic in relationships. Yeah, where it's like you blame or you become overly indulgent or overly obsessive over each other, and you lack discipline, or you make it all about, oh, it's your fault, you did this to me, and then lack accountability. So there's something about extremes here, and it comes from, it's stemming from some lifetime that needs to be cleansed, worked out, worked through. Destiny, you are meant in this lifetime to clear this out. It is not one that you have to hold on to. But like I was saying with it's gonna take a miracle. Like I was saying with Reiki, right? When we went into the state of hypnosis and we were revealing the lifetime where that was affecting me the most at the moment, because that's kind of like how it works. What's affecting you the most will come to the forefront, right? So we're in this simulation, I'm gonna call it, because that's what it looked like for me. When I went into the state of hypnosis, I saw it like a movie where I'm watching, just like I see here. I'm sitting here watching what I believe to be myself, right? Different body, different everything like that. And then I switch from being third person, right, I go into first person perspective. So now it's really real. Now I'm inside of my own movie from this past life, right? And in this lifetime, I'm about to be burned. Just like I almost burned my finger. And I think I said this before. And so in that lifetime, I was about to be burned and something like that. But I kind of died during that lifetime from the hanging, but I held on to resentment, right? I held on to the karma, right? I invoked retribution at that moment, the desire for it, that I would get it back and it wouldn't matter how long it took type of energy. That in itself created multiple lifetimes of incarnating over and over and over again in the same bloodline with the same couple of people from the same hanging. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so vivid and it was so real. The emotion of pain, resentment, betrayal, and all that stuff, the emotions, it felt so strong as if it was happening at that moment, but it wasn't. And so the only thing that Reiki masters can do is hold space for you where you can decide if you're ready to release it or not. And in that situation, I chose to release it. And when I chose to release it, so many breakthroughs in all areas of my life was also relieved simultaneously. I mean, restrictions on my dreams, my ambitions, restrictions on everything. How I was able to just be around the same people and not feel as if I had any resentment. It came from that type of release. It really did. And then So I felt completely free, and it's always about you. And I feel like in this situation, there's a lifetime where someone is upset with you, right? And they feel like it may not have nothing to do with this lifetime, or maybe it does. They feel as if you've done something to them, and they don't know why. They just feel this way about you. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel this way about someone. And but your body, your intuition is telling you that, or telling them that they can't get over this, or you can't get over it. There's something that you just can't let go. Someone wants you to adopt that resentment. All right. Somebody else may be projecting this onto you by telling you what they can't get over, how they was done this way, victim mentality, and so forth. And essentially, what they would be doing by projecting that is vomiting into you their toxicity, and then asking you to pretty much talk to you through your mind, right? Because now they projected themselves into you. Where now you're over here trying to advocate for these areas of injustice. And this is why you have to be very careful around who brings with this mental health, who brings their problems to you. Because sometimes people will want to bring their problems to you so you can self-care through the miracles that they want to manifest through you, especially as this divine child with this spark here. Okay? So let's get a closing message. We're going to use this one here. And it says, worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy. I know my own worth. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my own worth. Let me feel entitled to speak my truth with love. May I know that I deserve to be surrounded by those who value me. All right. If it resonates with you, take a screenshot. And I will see you guys in the next one. I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. Remember to always stay nested in love. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.